Hello, everyone. Sorry the delay. I thought I sent the link to everyone, as I usually do. I send the link, the time, and with a proper invitation that every time I made the event on Zoom, I receive a copy invitation, and I copy and paste to all of you in the message, in your email, in your university email. Well, anyway, so we solved it up. It's always like there is a lot of expectation the first class, the first time of everything. So, well, we weren't too bad, like 10 minutes late. Okay, my name is Cristina Guerrera. I was born in Italy, in Genoa, and since my husband traveled a lot around the world, I've been traveling a lot with him. And I spent some time in Russia, 6 years in Moscow, and then I'm here. But before that, in between, I spent most of my time in English-speaking country. So first I was, when I was very young, I spent many time in England, in London, but that was my first life when I was young. So, well, in recent time I spent, it was 2001, yeah, I moved to New York and I lived there for 7 years, and then I moved to Edinburgh, that is in Scotland. And then I stayed there. My daughters, got 2 daughters. One is living in Edinburgh, one is living in Dublin. And they all studied first in America and then in UK. So I have all American educational English, British educational system. So, okay, so it would be nice to see your face because it was amazing. The course I just finished in December. I hardly see any faces of my student. That is really, really bad with all this pandemic problem, but it would be nice because seeing the face of each other, it will help us to understand, to know, right? If I meet you in the street, oh, that's my student. That is something that I always enjoy being an instructor, to meet my student, and then sometimes coming up and say, oh, teacher, you know, I've got a question. That's just like my heart gets so big and so happy. Oh, this is one of my students. Okay, right. So in order to avoid problem, just like today, are you all fresher? It's like your first year at university?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So you just started now, or you with me, or you have already some familiarity with Moodle? You know Moodle? Moodle is our system, online system, where you connect, you have to submit your assignment, you find all the material you have to study for the course. Yes, are you familiar with that?
Yes, yes. We already had our first term.
So you started when? In September?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So you know Moodle. It's not bad. It's not bad. They keep on changing it. That's really wrong to me, because once I'm get used to a system, I'm happy with that. And then they kind of like change. Not too bad. No, they changed it a lot 2 years ago. But now they kind of like change the colors and a few things. Not too bad. Okay, so you're familiar. That's good. You are familiar with Moodle. Do you like Moodle?
Sometimes not.
Not really.
But it is like okay for us.
Yes, yeah, it is we have to consider that like it is a mean, it is a tool that we use, and it's fundamental. And if we wouldn't have a Moodle, you know, you wouldn't be able to go on and studying, and you know, just not stop for this pandemic problem your future career, because you are now preparing yourself for getting into the economic world. And if you are delayed, that's bad. It's also for your personal growing up, you know, process. It's fundamental. So I think that somehow we should be really appreciate what we have, and be happy with that. Okay, so now so I want to get back. Sorry, I am. Oh, right. So who is my assistant? What's the name of my assistant? I'm sorry for being late. Ah, okay, no problem. Who said it's gonna be my assistant? Hello? Because I need to call you. I need to call my assistant. Hello, hello?
I think it was Ekaterina.
Who? What's your name?
It was Ekaterina, if I'm not mistaken.
What's your first name?
Ekaterina.
Ekaterina.
It is me.
Ekaterina.
Ekaterina.
Yes. I saw your beautiful dress. You got. So Ekaterina, yes.
Yes.
Ekaterina. Okay. Now, you're my assistant. Ekaterina, I write it down. Ekaterina. So what I need, I'm gonna share the screen with you, okay? Because we're gonna go through the PowerPoint, some video, and then sometimes I'm not sure what are you actually seeing. If you're seeing my face, if you're seeing the old video or the new one. So, Ekaterina, your job is to tell me if you are seeing what I expect you to see, because I made some changes in my screen, but sometimes I have to refresh share screen, and sometimes I don't need it. So, well, okay. So you'll see the problem I'm having. So, Ekaterina, be my assistant, please.
Okay.
Now, okay, what I want to show you, for instance, now share screen, okay? All right, here, I want to show you, can you see? What you're seeing now, Unit U introduction, yes? On top?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, okay, where I am, I wanted to, now I scroll it up. You still with me? Okay. So what is fundamental here is, I use this space, here is me, Christmas time. Up here, can you see general?
Yes.
All right, up here, we see I have edit here, and I add any announcement. Okay, so if anything has changed, or actually I used to, the problem is today, what happened is that since you got access to the course page just now, you will not be able to see my invitation to Google, to Zoom. I usually put it here, okay, with the link, ID, and so on. So since I have a contract that is paid by the university, my ID and password for my event is always the same. So you can record it or write it down, because it's going to be the same. So every time you know that you have a class with me, the ID and the password is the same, okay? So
Okay.
that change. Okay, but I'll put it up here. So this is my place for announcement to you, like if are any assignments due or anything. Okay. Now, here, down here, apart from the fact that you should read the syllabus, in the syllabus you find, if you have any question, of course I'm here, and I usually spend the first 20, 30 minutes of every class for Q&A, so for question and answers, okay, on anything. But if you have any doubts or anything, first things you have to check is go into if it's a question regarding the organization of the course, you go into syllabus, okay? So for instance, if you want to know how many points for midterm, what is going to be midterm like, or the finals, what is going to be in the final, all this information about the assignments and the workload, you find it on the syllabus. Here down on general, here I just copy and paste here, so we see all our time sheet, our timetable. So we meet today. Our class usually we have up to 10:30. We have a small break, 10 minutes, just to have a water, go to the bathroom, and then get back together, and we'll finish around 12 o'clock. So the whole morning. So next one is on Friday. So we will meet on Wednesday, on Friday, okay? The course is structured, it is divided into two. So we have the first 7 lectures and then a midterm. So the midterm consists of, it lasts 1 hour and a half, 90 minutes. And you have 30 multiple choice questions, which are all regarding lecture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? So that chunk, that part of the course, the first 7 lectures. And then you have 4 questions, still on a subject regarding the first 7 lectures. Okay, and then the same, then when we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, and then the final. In the final, it's very similar to midterm, but instead of having the topic restricted to 7 lectures, the topics of the multiple choices are the whole course, okay? So still 30 multiple choice questions plus an essay. An essay at your choice. I usually don't put a restriction to the topics. It must be something that is relevant to the course. It must be something, maybe something that you particularly like it, or you didn't like it, but you have to be able to express yourself in English, say why you like it, why you don't like it, what it's about, and why do you think that topic is relevant to you. Okay. So now Katerina, I'm okay. What do you see now?
Yeah, we see Unit 1 course introduction and general course overview.
Yeah. Good. Thank you. So here is, you see, now I try to keep each unit updated. Okay. Now, for instance, today I do the recording of this first lecture, and I put it here. It will be around here, okay, on top. I will say, and I will put like in the description, this is the recording of our class on Wednesday, the 3rd. Okay? Right, I'll put it here. That is in case someone wasn't be able to join us for any reason. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Of course, it's different. Like it's going to be very boring, I know. But if you cannot join the course or you have a problem, that doesn't matter. But still, just to be here connected is something completely different, because you have a chance to speak, to participate, and to take part of a class. Now, let's start course introduction. This is a brief. See if it's opening. See if it's doing. This is introduction to the course. Many things I've already said. We're just going through this PowerPoint, okay? Now Caterina will confirm me if, what can you see?
We see the Moodle, not the presentation.
American culture?
No, we can't see the presentation. We can see the Moodle.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good. Okay. You see the limit of that? Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. I should be able to put it, if I'm good, maybe full screen like that. Yes. Okay. Yes. This is a course overview. So we're going through what is going to be American culture. Okay. So we have, so what we're going to do, we're going to study everything that is connected with America. First of all, we're going to say, like, we call it America, but it's United States of America, okay? But we will call it America. So it's not only history, there's going to be some society, politics, and literature. So through these big branches of knowledge, okay, history, society, politics, and literature, we will study whatever is America, okay? I bet you are all very, very good in English, because otherwise you will be studying in an English, American, also German. Well, in an English-speaking university like our university. However, my own experience it teaches me. And there is also a very good American saying, I don't know if you know it, if you don't use it, you lose it, okay? So this is regarding your English skills. So what we're gonna do here is to take a chance to practice our 4 skills. So we're gonna be speaking. That's why it's so important that you participate. You join our Zoom event, okay? Listening, okay, well, to me, my accent, many different accent, or probably because we have a student coming from all over the world, so something that is connected with English studying is also, or American study, is also to adjust yourself to speak to people who study English in a different country, or by coming from India, from Pakistan, from China, from any corner of the world. You can meet people in America. So you have to adjust yourself to understand also the accent. Also, for instance, within America, you get so many different accents that sometimes you what is that? Okay, South accent, the Northern accent, the California accent, these are the main ones. It's still quite difficult to understand. So one of our goals like my goal as an instructor is to help you expand your vocabulary and learn, this is important, how to have a critical approach while you're reading. In this case, while we're reading some pieces of literature, but generally, because we read so much news, we read so much on our phone, on computer, everywhere. But what I would like you to acquire through this course is to ask you why. This is why did this journalist write that? What are the reasons? What are the facts behind that? Just not to stop on the surface and going beyond, okay? So students will take active part to classes activity and discussions. And so we will have some discussion, use of video, music, maps, photo, and more, okay? So there will be 15 classes or 3 academic hours. 3 academic hours are shorter than 1 hour, okay? So we have 2 exams, midterm and final. And here there is a mistake for practice. The C is missing. For each unit will be a practicing class, an assignment. Okay, first, so for instance, today we'll have a small practicing class, 2 minutes, and then you have a quiz at home. What I would suggest you to be consistent with your workload. It means what? For instance, today, okay, we have our unit, and then later today or tomorrow morning or whenever, I remember I have a mate, a schoolmate at school, at university. He was studying at night. I mean, he was studying. Sometimes he used to invite me and said, "Oh, why don't we study that together?" Oh, okay. So we were just hanging around until 11 o'clock, and he was just starting 11 o'clock at night. And I was completely knackered. I was so tired. So, you know, anytime, whenever you want, this is nice about having the possibility to work with Moodle and to work remotely, okay? But it's important having unit 1 and then do the assignment, okay? Usually the assignments are not too hard, but it's just like that you are kind of like proceeding, you are building your knowledge of American culture. And then once you get into the time to get ready for your final, your midterm, it just like it's gonna be just like a short walk, very, very easy, because you have done all the assignments, okay? All right. So here, the typical one is introduction, and then we have a slide. Today we have 2 slides. This is introduction to the course, and then we have a first unit 1 introduction, like a general. We have some geography, history, and some also like fun information about America. Okay, so if we have difficult reading, I usually pre-teach, so like go through difficult vocabulary that I think are difficult for you. That depends the level of your English, okay? But it is important, since we are here studying America culture, but we are studying in English, so you're welcome to make question about English, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, this is something that already said so. Okay. All right. Yes, discussion. All right. So it depends on the group. I hope we're gonna make a good group with you, and I hope to hear your voice more often. Okay. So, for instance, today we're gonna read together a piece of poetry. This is the poem that Amanda Gorman, who is a young poetess, she recited at the presentation on inauguration of a new president, Joe Biden. Okay, so we have I have put on Moodle the lyrics. So, for instance, we're gonna split. So first of all, I ask you, who wanna read it? Me. Okay, yes. So you do up to this point, you do up to this point. So we split the whole poem, and then you kind of like read it on yourself, few seconds, few minutes, and then you will be able also to say, oh, what's the meaning of that word? Okay, oh yes, to go through that word, I don't know it, well, I check it on the dictionary. I usually have a dictionary in my hand. I know it's very obsolete and people don't use it, but I still use it just sometimes to check spelling, or to check if the meaning that I'm giving to that word is actually true or not. Okay, to check the word. Okay, so there's a tips to pass the course. Okay, so complete each quiz, which can vary. It can has a value of 20 or 40 points. Okay, so the quizzes of the unit, the multiple choice quizzes that you're going to have, you have to consider that as a practice for midterm and final. Okay, so you have to do it, no matter if you find some problems, or if you score very little, it doesn't matter. But that is a good practice for your midterm. Usually I made the question, okay, and I usually you have a choice of 3 answers. I usually make the 3 answers like that. So the first one is very, very wrong. Okay, it's just like, the second one could be the correct one, but still there is something that is not really, really correct. So you have to pay attention also to the details, okay? And the third one is the correct one. So that's why I'm saying it's so important that you do all the assignments and the quizzes, especially the multiple choice one. Okay, so in order to consider a unit covered, finished, you have to go through all the materials that are available on Moodle. Okay, although maybe we haven't read together, or we haven't read it thoroughly, completely, but still it's part of our syllabus, of our program. So it could be that one of the multiple choice questions is on that particular thing that you missed. Okay, so better not miss that. Okay, so here we have information about the exams, and here you get some reference books and website that I use. Britannica, I tend to use for information very reliable website, which is History, Britannica, and then biography. That's for the biography of writers and poets. And also YouTube video. We're gonna have a YouTube video today. Okay, now, so I stop sharing now. Ekaterina, yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay, good. All right, so now I will go into introduction. Okay, still I'm working on it. Do you have any question about what I said?
No, everything is understandable.
Good. Just ask me. I think that I'm a person that is like down the earth. is like I'm open. I'm trying to be. Although I'm not your peer, not the same age, but I've got two daughters, and I try to be very open and welcoming. Okay. Now, right now we're gonna open the slide of a PowerPoint. Now Katerina, help me out. Okay, let's see if it's that. Now, one moment. Okay, what do you see?
We see the presentation.
Okay,
Unit
good.
first, introduction.
Very good, very good. Okay, so introduction, yes. Now, so there are going to be some questions. I would like to take part of that. So here, for instance, what is that? The picture, right? You see a picture?
It's
Yeah.
It's a bridge. What bridge is that?
It's in San Francisco now, or
It's very good. Golden.
yeah.
Yes, Golden Gate is called. They probably is called Golden because it is always sunny in San Francisco. Well, most of the time. Right. Americans are very, very crazy about bridges. Around New York, where I live, there are so many, and people they consider bridges like an icon, like a landmark. Okay, because bridges are big, they connect. They used to go to work. They are the symbol of a dynamic America, of working America. Okay, so yeah, this is good. Golden Gate. No, I don't know why I didn't put anything here. Okay, so how many states there are in the United States of
50.
America? What?
50.
50 states.
Yes. Can you name some of them?
California,
Yes.
Arizona, New Mexico,
Alaska, Alabama,
Alabama.
Wyoming, South
Illinois,
Dakota, Virginia,
Illinois.
West Virginia,
Yes.
Texas,
Louisiana.
Pennsylvania,
Kansas.
Texas,
Kansas.
Ohio, Utah.
Kansas. Mhm.
Ohio.
Detroit.
Detroit is not.
it's a city.
City. It's a
Oregon,
city.
Washington,
Michigan.
Yes, Washington
Florida.
is good. Washington,
Illinois.
we have actually about Washington, I want to say something. So Washington, let's go here, get the map. Can you see the map?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Yeah, I heard Michigan, but it's up here with the lake, big lake. Washington, okay? Someone says Washington. So Washington, we got two. We have a Washington, and then we have a Washington, D.C., okay?
Yeah.
But what, do you know what it stands for, D.C.?
District of Columbia.
Exactly. So they made it here, Washington, D.C., that is here. That is a very small area. That is like a circle. But they actually designed in Washington, D.C. When they decide to build the capital, they kind of like say, okay, it's not just like, America is not just like Europe, but we have millions of years of heritage from Roman, Greek, and then we have a medieval, how our cities in Europe are like, okay? No, America is not like that. They have very recent history. And then when they arrived, the country was nothing, it was like a forest, sea, lakes, okay, plains, mountains, huge. It's a huge country, like physically, I'm saying. So I decided where. So we wanted a capital. So where gonna be? So we decided, okay, Washington. And I just put it in a map, and I said, okay, this is gonna be Washington, D.C. Okay, very good. So we have. Basically, Americans divided themselves in like three. Well, no, more. I would say like four 4 big groups. So we get here like the oldest, the colonies, the first colonies, that is northeast, okay? Northeast of America. Then we have the south. The south then is considered like south, yes, West Virginia is south. Washington, Virginia, North Carolina, all that area, Mississippi, Louisiana, all that area is the South. This is because there was a 4-year civil war, okay, between the North and the South. But this fracture, this separation is still going on now, apart from the fact that the accent that is completely different, but also people in the South, they are socially and historically different from the people of the North. Then we have here of the area of the big plains, is called, okay? And it's all like here, you get like called North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, Austin, Oklahoma, Missouri, all that area, okay? This is very agriculture, and it's quite, the density of people is very low, and I don't know, people are kind of like not too, I would say, not too cultured, okay? Where people living in farms, they are farmers, okay? But kind of like easy America. While here in the northeast, the people are more sophisticated. They like to go to the theater, they like arts, museum, fashion, completely different. Then we get that when we kind of like cross over, and then we get to California. California is just like a dream of everyone, I think, in the world, because it's a garden. In fact, they call themselves the Garden State. And it's beautiful, it's sunny, the weather is very mild, people are very friendly. It's a place to stay. I mean, if you visit, has anyone visited America? Been in America? I know it's hard to travel now.
Yes.
Yes? Where?
Washington and Orlando.
Orlando, okay, yes. You see how different it is. Like in Orlando, you go to Florida, and then like the second, apart from the fact that Spanish is spoken all over, but kind of like Orlando gets so many people from the Caribbean area, so the people speak in Spanish most of the time. Okay, right. No one went yet to California. Okay, so but you should once in your life to get not only just going to a landmark, like to go to visit Hollywood or to go to Las Vegas, going to San Francisco, visiting, but also to get the idea how people are, how people live there, what's their attitude toward life. They're very easygoing, very democratic, very socially oriented people, okay? And then we get up here, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Utah, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming. These are all states where Rocky Mountains are so very, very, not very densely inhabited, and they're very beautiful to visit. Okay. So, United States, just to recap, okay? It's a federal republic. Federal republic means that it's a United States. In fact, is a state made of the unification of different states, which are 50, and a federal district, which is Washington, D.C., which is the capital. And then there are 5 major territories and various minor islands, okay? Okay, let's see here. We have a list of all. Well, we remember that Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware. We will talk about the Northeast part of America a lot, because this is where Massachusetts, this is where the American history started. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Now, amazing facts. You have 5 minutes to work independently. So please do a search on the web for amazing facts regarding United States of America. Geography, population, social facts, urban myths, history, anything. Be ready to say to the class, okay? It's easy. You just like you surf your phone and you find something that you think that is really amazing. Because I can tell in my experience that when I was first in America, you actually get the feeling of having or living in a big country. So, okay, I'll give you 5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Even less.
I think I'm fine.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's good.
Urban myths. Read, yeah.
Yes. Well, actually, you have to speak about. Well, you can read it. Okay.
But I never heard about this. It's near from Florida. It's named Dale Chair, I think. Roughly 4 minutes north of Orlando rests the small town of Casadaga, a hotbed for mediums and spiritualist camps. It is one of the local cemeteries that you will find, as you know, is the Dale Chair. Anyone who sits in the brick chair at the stroke of midnight is rumored to receive direct orders from the Dale in the form of whispers, but he doesn't just show up for free. Legend has it that if you leave a camp of not to be in the chair overnight.
Okay. I got in general. I don't know. This is something that is always something new to learn. Just try now to say why you choose it in your own word. Why this fact of America just struck your attention.
Because I find urban myths, maybe read 2-3 minutes, and in my opinion, this one is so interesting.
So this is what this is there is a city, okay?
Yeah.
Where is this city? In
It's
Florida.
Florida, 40 minutes around.
4 minutes?
It's near from Florida, 40 minutes to drive.
Okay, yes. And what is special about that?
I think it's interesting story.
About what? It's what, a chair, right? You're talking about a chair?
Yeah, like Dale Chair, I don't know.
But it's a chair. If
Yeah.
you sit in there, what happened to you?
One second.
It's more like, it's kind of like you get connected with the afterlife world, like a spirituality.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yes. This is something that basically it's good that you read it, but it's good also to be able to expose that, right?
May I add
In your
some
own
social
words,
facts?
okay? Yes,
Yeah.
okay. That's
Okay.
good. Something new.
May I add some social facts?
Yes, go ahead.
Americans are very social and they like to make small talk, it's called like that. On, for example, bus stop, in some lines, so they can communicate with people they don't know, to talk about weather, to talk about
Okay,
what
small
they do.
talks. That's good. Yes,
Yeah,
I like it. This is a social part of America. That's good. Yes.
yeah, and they are very competitive. They're trying to encourage the children to have part in competitions, in sport competitions, to give their own to the trainings, and they give them to the sport кружки, так скажем.
What is that? Is so sorry. So you first talk about the small talk, okay? At the bus station, in public places. This is really good. That
Yes.
usually is about the weather, okay? That's really good. And then you're talking about sports, okay?
About competitive part of Americans. They're very competitive and they like.
So okay, so you pointed out to two aspects of America culture, okay?
Yeah.
One is like a small talk, and one is the competitiveness they have. And where do you think it starts? In school, okay?
Yeah, in school.
Yes, they start in school to have different teams within high school, and then they like tournaments.
Yeah.
That's very good. Yes. Anyone
May I?
Yes, yes.
I have read lots of different facts, but some of them was, I think, the best.
Okay.
First, it will be that Hawaii is not is the only archipelago state.
No,
That
Hawaii, yes. Like just yeah, this is something I'm not. I was not born in America or any. A problem that, for instance, from the point of view of I'm not just picking on you. It's not just like take a chance to speak about in general. Is that I like Italian, probably you that you are here from Ukraine. There's something that we always try to skip in the pronunciation is the H, or we pronounce it in a different way. Okay.
mhm,
Yes. So because, for instance, in Italy the H is mute. We don't pronounce it.
uh-huh.
So we just keep it. So like if we say the history, instead it is history. Like in this way, in your case, you said away, right? Away. It's
Okay.
Hawaii.
Away.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Good. Sorry.
Mhm.
Finish.
And it is an incredibly beautiful
Yeah.
volcanic
Island.
archipelago.
Mhm.
And the next fact that American has no official language.
Good. That's true. Yes.
It's true. I know. I think that English or Spanish are the official language of the US, but the country actually has none.
Yes, there is nowhere in the official, like the fundamental constitution of United States, where they say, look, the official language of United States is English. Nowhere you can find it. This is really good. This is really good. In fact, when you go to America, at United States, and you need to speak to someone in a call center, okay? And then you always have in two languages. You say like press 1 if you want to go on in English, press 2 if you want to be attended by a Spanish speaking person. So it's like so a person, if you are from Spain world, and you speak Spanish, you don't have problem in America. Yes. Any more?
Can I also add?
Yes.
I found some interesting facts, and it connects to Italia.
It's connected to
Italia.
Italia.
Yeah, to Italy.
Okay.
More than 9 in every 10 Americans have eaten pizza in the last month. According to some estimates, Americans consumes the equivalent of about 100 acres of pizza every day.
Mamma mia, huge amount of, yeah, American pizza is huge. Yes, it's huge. Actually, I saw not far from Zoom here in Kiev. There is they open up a Brooklyn pizza. That's amazing. The pizza is from Italy, from Naples, right? And then they just made it like a Brooklyn pizza. Okay.
I also was in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
I have eaten so delicious pizza in Montecatini Terme.
Ah, yes, everywhere. Delicious pizza. You can have a delicious pizza here. So it's good. People eat pizza everywhere. But for instance, in America, I can add in my own experience, they call it, so you go, well, I lived in America, in New York most of the time, but when you go in some other states, like in California, you go to Florida, anywhere, and then you see outside the restaurant on the menu, they say New York pizza. They say there is no New York pizza, and pizza is Italian, right? So, but that's the way they wanted to describe that is the pizza that is more close to the Italian way, because in New York pizza is usually thinner and hasn't got so much stuff on top of it. Well, a lot of cheese. But New York, so this is kind of like more similar to Italian. And then you get like, they can put anything on pizza, but now it's like also in Italy you get like this pizza gourmet where you can add I don't know, salmon, tuna fish, you can have anything. So you just order a pizza and then you order all everything that you add on. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also I have a fact about American flag.
Yes, it's good.
Yeah, since the founding of the United States, there have been 27 versions of the American flag.
27 versions. Okay.
Yeah, and the current iteration of the American flag was designed by a high school student.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's got a lot of meanings, and we'll see. It's part of this slide. So the number of the stars and the number of the stripes, the colors, is full of symbols, and they believe in the flag. To them, it's like when New York was attacked had the terror attack of the Twin Towers. Okay, I was there actually. And American, what they did in a moment of grief, of suffering, okay, they put out everywhere the flag. Is kind of like to find support and inspiration from the flag, and also unity. Okay, yes.
Could I add some information? I found about sea sparkle. We can see it in California, New Jersey, and Florida. About ocean. When you see a bright blue glow in a coastal ocean water at night, it could be to look at scintillates, also known as sea sparkle. These bioluminescent plankton float under the surface and flash brightly when distribute, possibly to scare off or distract predators.
Okay, just right. I got it more or less. Just now you read it, and now just to explain it to us in your own word.
This ocean in California, when we can see at night, the ocean bright blue glow.
Okay, so it's what? It's a physical phenomenon.
Yes, it's like a natural phenomenon.
Yes. Which occurs where? You're saying in California, right? And
yeah, and Florida.
In Florida, it's like a glow. It's like a light.
Yes, blue light.
A blue light. That's amazing.
It's a little plankton.
It's a little plankton that has got this color, this glow. Glow in the dark.
Yes.
That's good. Interesting. Anyone else?
May I?
Yes.
The United States uses 18% of the world's energy.
Say again.
Repeat.
Yes, I couldn't hear your voice.
The United States uses 18% of the world's energy. I'm sorry, I'm sick. So
of the energy, of like
energy, 18%.
Oh, all right. This is like the usage of fossil fuel, yes, of energy. The consumption. The consumption. That's a lot. Yes, I know.
It is said that one American consumes the same resources as 32 Kenyans.
The result is every two.
Okay, just forget.
I didn't get the word. Just say again, please. Can you repeat?
Yes, I can. Maybe I have some problems with my microphone, so
Yes,
I
it's kind of
will.
like you get like, I don't know if anyone else has the same problem.
Okay, I will fix it, and
No,
maybe in the next time I will
just
repeat.
repeat the word. Repeat.
The United States uses 18% of the world's energy.
Okay,
World.
yes.
Yes, it is said that one American consumes the same resources as 32 Kenyans.
Every
So
canyons.
Kenyans.
Oh, okay, like in the canyon, in the mountains. Yes? The canyon. The Grand
Kenyans.
Canyon. Yes? Canyon, the Grand Canyon.
No.
Like
I
people from
write in
Kenya.
the chat.
What?
People from Kenya, a country in Africa.
Ah, Kenya. All right. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry that I knew there was missing a word. Oh, okay. But it's like a comparison that you're making just to figure it out how big. Okay. So yes, it's amazing. It's amazing fact. They should not anymore. We don't have any resources left. Probably going electric will be better. Okay. Anyone else?
Well, I actually know two things that I didn't read about it, but I knew about it, and it was quite weird for me as a Ukrainian. That children before lessons every day they read a Pledge of Allegiance to American flag. Yes, and it was quite weird for me. And the second one is that they don't include taxes in the price of the product, and you have to calculate additional taxes
Yes,
and then pay.
It's true. In America, sometimes you go shopping, and I don't know. You see, like there is a jumper. It costs like $20, okay? And then you go and pay. You don't pay 20. You pay 20 plus VAT. It's true. It's true. I like it. So good. If we're done, I will go through my amazing fact, which some of you already. Oh, okay. Right here we have two quotes. So American, a new breed rooted in all races, stained and tinted with all colors, a seeming ethnic anarchy. So it means what is America? It's like this is like the melting pot, like a new breed of people which is rooted in all races, okay? And then we got by Stone, Steinbeck, America and Americans. All right. Okay, so this is what when you hear the melting pot, it means, okay? Well, actually, what John Steinbeck just said is like a new breed of people that is made up of, see here you get like Latino, Jewish, like Eastern European, Italian, African American, South American, right? This is what we mean by a melting pot. They say that the melting pot is also more visible in New York, because in New York you got everything. You got the real spirit of America. So, anyone find out how many? What is the population is made of?
300 million.
3. Yes, it says here. Okay. 3. So here is million. 300 million people living in America. Here's by 2017. Okay, now we have our flag. Okay, so we had, since United States was born, we have like how many versions of the stars of a flag? You said what? 26.
27.
27.
27.
27. Okay, so we get like, and it's called actually Stars and Stripes. The American flag has got a name.
I can also add about straps.
Okay, yes. Okay, yeah.
The first American flag only displayed 13 stripes, as well as 13 stars that were arranged in a circle. And the stars and stripes represented the 13 colonies that declared independence from Great Britain.
That's good.
Oh, actually,
yes,
I know something about this flag, because this option of the flag was invented by a high school student. Actually, the design.
Right. Yes, it's true. It's true. It was made by student at school. Okay. So national flag consisting of white stars, which are now 50, okay? But initially were only 13, which were the initial colonies which they separated from Great Britain. Very good. And is on a blue canton, like in the back cloth is blue, and with a field of 13 alternating stripes. These stripes are two different colors. So all in all are 13, which are the first American colonies. 7 are red and 6 are white. Okay? And then we have also a symbols of the colors that have been chosen. Okay, white stands for purity. Red stands for bravery, and blue stands for justice. So here we get the question, which were the first 13 states? Okay. So here we get the, are you with me with the slides, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so here we were talking about, like we talked about before, about the northeast part of America, okay? And this is where everything happened. Our history starts there. So we get New Hampshire there. The border here is with Canada, okay? Yes, geographically, yeah? And here is really cold. Really cold. Canada is cold. Here we get Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto is more around here, the Great Lakes. Anyway, so we get New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York. See how New York, this is the long stripe here is Long Island, where we will study Long Island. We will know about Long Island when we, in Unit 13, when we will talk about my best novel ever, which is The Great Gatsby. So The Great Gatsby bought a beautiful mansion in Long Island, and then all the story is developed in Long Island and New York City. So we see how the New York City stretches here at the back. There is a lot of wood. There is a huge river, with a Hudson River. It's really big. And then we get Pennsylvania, is very rural. Then we get New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and here is North Carolina. North Carolina, South Carolina, here we get Virginia. One is missing. What is Rhode Island? Okay. I don't know why it's missing as a 13. Did I mention all of that? New York, Virginia, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Maryland. I think this one, the blue one that is here right in the corner, and the name is missing, is Maryland, is right on the south. Okay, so these are the 13 islands. Here we get, no one mentioned that. This is kept in Philadelphia. This is part of a history, is a landmark. And this is a bell. Oh, I'm just saying everything. Oh, you were supposed to say so. Oh my God.
It's well in Pennsylvania, yes.
It is in Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia?
Pennsylvania, right. That's the place where the Committee of Five, they gather many months, and they finally issue the document of Declaration of Independence. When the Declaration of Independence was signed, then this bell, that it was on top of a tower, they rang the bell. It was like the sign, in fact. This is called the Liberty Belt, okay? So if you go there, it's in Philadelphia, is right in the middle of a little park, and it's kept there because then it was moved because it cracked. It was moved from the tower and it was put it down there, and it's all shielded with a glass protection, okay? So this is the first, this is the belt that was rung when the Declaration of Independence was signed. And Declaration of Independence is the most important celebration and holiday in America, okay? Which is the celebration, which is the Independent Day here in Ukraine?
24th of August.
24th of August. Okay, so this is, and you also consider that as the celebration, okay? It's a big day, okay? The same they do. So it's the 4th of July, okay? And this is called Liberty Belt. All right, here we get in Philadelphia, and it was signed in 1776, the 4th of July. Okay, this is a famous painting by John Trumbull, Declaration of, they were gathering, 5-man committee, they were signing. So this is, this painting is kept in Washington, D.C. So now someone said about the declaration, the Pledge of Allegiance, okay? Right. So the Pledge of Allegiance is something that, I don't know, do you have anything in your country? Anything like that?
I don't think so, no.
I don't. When I was a child and I used to go to school, since Italy, it's a Catholic country, we used to recite a prayer to the Lord, okay? Our Lord, that was the prayer we used to recite at the beginning of a class. And it was around 8:30, 9 o'clock. But in America, I know for sure that my daughters used to recite that. In American schools, you have like microphones, you have like a system with speakers in the principal room, and then which is connected with microphone to every classroom in the school. And then by turn, each student has to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. So once my daughter, my younger one, had to do it herself once in a year time. So that was her turn, and it was a great honor for her, because when you live and you study in America, you actually feeling, they make you feel part of a united States. So you're part of a strong and big community, which welcoming diversity. So my daughter was Italian, and she probably recite the pledge with her own accent, but it was okay. I mean, she was not. There was no discrimination. That is something that I've always felt really at ease in America. So these are the words that they say. So what is a pledge? What if I say I made a pledge? It's something that is kind of like official, okay? This is not a familiar way of saying, right? We usually say I made a promise, not a pledge. A pledge is like more like an official promise. So allegiance is what? What is an allegiance?
It's like loyalty. I don't know.
Right. Yes. To be ally. Right. It comes from the word to be ally, alliance. It's like to be loyalty. So it's a promise. It's a promise of loyalty to the flag. Okay. So I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God. You see here, under God is written differently because it was added later on by a president Eisenhower. There was a lot of criticism about that, and they say why. So if we wanted to be a welcoming country, why do we limit? And we mention God because we should engulf and include in America. We don't make discrimination if you believe in God, if you don't believe in your God, my God. Okay. And then finally, they decided to have it under God. But this is kind of like under like a blessing, like of a superior entity. Okay, that's the concept of God in America. Well, not in America, here. Just in the broad sense of God. So indivisible, that it cannot be separated, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, the Pledge of Allegiance. So, okay, get it. So here we have no similar in your country. So do you agree with the pledge? I think you do. Why not? My daughter, but she was really happy to do the pledge because I think she was treated well by American. They gave her like a very good education, and so I think it's fair. Okay, right. This is something that we should learn. This is part of American culture. Okay, so this is what people do during when they recite the pledge. If you are if you like sport, the Super Bowl is on. Actually, is on in this week, or I think it just passed. Super Bowl is a great event. It's like the final match of football. Okay, maybe we have some guys here that know more than I do. If I wanted to add anything about, do you know about anything about Super Bowl? It's an event. You can watch it on TV, but it's huge. Well, they changed the location. I don't know how they did it this year. Probably with no public. Well, Super Bowl, sometimes you have, in past years, you had like a great Hollywood or singer performing, or Madonna was performing before the Super Bowl. Then there was Lady Gaga did it, Jennifer Lopez as well. Once Shakira performed before the Super Bowl. So this is something really, really big. So, so before the Super Bowl, like they have to have like a proper when the player recite the Pledge of Allegiance, they have a proper etiquette. So what we usually put the right hand on their heart, And so also men should remove their hats during the pledge. So it's as a sign of respect. So what is curious about that, it was first published in a juvenile young periodical of a youth companion in September 8th, 1892. And it was used to recite at school every day before sports event. I can tell it was every day also, at the beginning of a class. Okay, not each class, a beginning of a day at school. So here we get the Capitol Hill, but we know it. We have a Statue of Liberty. Here we get two presidents. So, no. Here we have, who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
George Washington, which is one on the left. While here on the right, we have Benjamin Franklin. That he was really, really important. He was an inventor, he was a writer, he was a diplomat, he was really, really an amazing person. We will, Ben Franklin. We will study some of his sayings, some of his work, some of his invention, and he actually played a fundamental part in politics and in diplomatic relation that he had with France. He played this important role in the creation of a United States like it is now. Okay. Here, I don't know. Do you know anything about that? Mount Rushmore? Have you seen it somewhere? I think it's amazing what they did here. This is part of my amazing fact. Yeah, it is in South Dakota. That is right here in the middle of nowhere. And it has been made in this granite rock, and it is really huge. It's a national park, and here we get the faces of sculptured in the rock of the maybe the four most important presidents of the United States. Which were President George Washington, which is the first one here. Then we have Thomas Jefferson, the second one, who wrote most part of the Declaration of Independence. Then we have Theodore Roosevelt, is right here, is the only president who was elected 4 times. And his presidency lived a period of turmoil and war, revolution, depression, anything happened while he was president, but he was really good. And then we have Abraham Lincoln, that is here. Okay, so this Mount Rushmore is a national memorial made by this American Goodson Borlum. Is a sculpture that with some, I think he was, Hungarian. Okay, so so we get here who were George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln. Okay, now here we have this is a picture of a statue that is if you can imagine how Capitol Hill in Washington DC is huge. We've seen it recently due to this event, this rebellion event that took place the 6th of January, before the election of of the actual president. But right at the end of the mall, there is like a building, like a round building, and inside that building there is this huge statue of Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln is important as a president because he was the one that was able to keep together the America, the states, United States, during the Civil War. Here on the left, we have here is Stalin, I think it's Stalin, and here is Churchill, and this is Roosevelt. Delano Roosevelt, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Okay, so you know about presidents, okay? Many. Now, the one that we have now is the 46, I think. The 46th president. And his name is Joe Biden, okay? So, do you remember any other name? Or name of president that were died in office or were murdered?
Kennedy, Lincoln,
and
someone
two others.
with Mark, yeah, like Mark and
McKinley.
and yes.
The more recent one? More recent president? We have one was the father and one was the son, okay? That I think the first time that it had actually happened. Yes, two. Then we had also the one before Trump. He was
before Trump, Obama.
Obama, yes. Then we have Bill
Clinton.
Bill Clinton. Then we had Jimmy Carter. And he was, I don't know why, because I think he had an industry. He was the owner of an industry. We call it like peanuts. No, peanuts president. But like to give names. And then we have, the one that, do you remember the one that was an actor? That was a Hollywood actor?
Reagan?
Yes,
no.
Yes, Ronald, not Donald, it was Ronald Reagan. Okay, now we have a few lists, actually four presidents were assassinated in the office while they were, the most important one that we remember is, well, here, Abraham Lincoln was assassinated as well. Then we have J.A. Garfield, is a minor. This is from last century. He was assassinated. William McKinley too, and then John Fitzgerald Kennedy. He was assassinated. Here is Abraham Lincoln. He was assassinated while he was in a theater by an anarchist. I don't know. Well, probably assassinated because they were doing some trying to make reforms, to change things that people didn't like, especially like fractions of politics which were against them. Okay, so this is how, see, he was in Washington, D.C., was attending a performance, our American cousin, and he was killed, assassinated by this John Wilkes Booth. He was shot in the head. Okay. So was James A. Garfield. He was shot twice as he entered Old Baltimore Potomac Railroad in Washington, D.C. While William McKinley, while he was shaking hands at a public reception at Pan American Exposition in a fair in Buffalo, New York. Okay, and then we have John Fitzgerald Kennedy. He was assassinated. Actually, well, they said that he was responsible for assassinating. It was Lee Harvey Oswald. Then he was then killed after 2 days. So he killed John Fitzgerald Kennedy, and then the perpetrator of a murder was killed himself. So there is a lot of blur, a lot of gray things about what happened. Okay, so he was in Dallas. He was traveling with his wife Jacqueline in Dallas. Okay, now I would like, let's see if I can show you, here I need Ekaterina.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, now, now I have here two YouTube video, and I'm trying and see if I can show it to you. So you have to confirm if you can watch it. What do you see?
We see the presentation and the sound of video.
You see a video?
No, we can't see a video, but we see a slide of presentation. But
Okay. Good. Okay, so I need to share the screen again. Okay, I start to be quite good at that. Thank you. I need your help. Let's see if I can do it a bigger one. This is
yes.
All right.
Clear.
Yeah. Okay. I want it big. Let's see, bigger. I want it bigger. All right. Okay. Here they explain how it happened. Okay.
US President John Fitzgerald Kennedy's visit to Dallas, Texas on November the 22nd, 1963 was aimed at boosting his re-election bid ahead of the 1964 presidential vote. Thousands turned out to see the iconic leader and his wife Jacqueline travel in a motorcade through downtown Dallas. At 12:30 p.m. local time, as the president's open-top limousine reached Dealey Plaza, 3 gunshots were fired at the convoy. 2 bullets hit the president, 1 wounded him at the back of the neck and throat, the other caused a massive and fatal head injury. The president was pronounced dead at 1 p.m. in an historic announcement that stunned America. A government investigation found the shots were fired from the 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository by 24-year-old Lee Harvey Oswald. But the suspect was never tried. 2 days later, he was shot dead by local cabaret owner Jack Ruby during a prison transfer. The fact the identity of Kennedy's assassin was never proven in the courts has given rise to various alternative and unproven theories as to what really happened and who may have been behind it. A House of Representatives report in 1979 concluded there was a high possibility that 2 gunmen were involved.
Okay. Good. I wanted to get back. Okay. YouTube, I want to stop it. Right. Stop sharing. Okay. Now I need to get back. Oh, silly I was. I close it. Okay, now we have, do you have more time? Are you interested in that?
Yeah.
There is a more like detail with, since this happened in 1963, we actually have a chance to show you a real like a camera of what happened. Jacqueline, she was an icon of fashion, and he was democratic. He was beloved of everyone. He was really popular. Let me have a look now. I have another video. This is a little bit longer. Now,
But this is the first time since 1948 that a president has made an official visit to Dallas. Here comes the big jet.
Ekaterina, I'm having a problem.
Here's a cheer going up.
What problem?
What do you see?
We can see you.
What do you see?
You.
Yeah, but don't see the screen.
That's not good. You should see. Share what?
107, U.S. Air Force One. There it is.
Now, I'm getting tired. That's why I'm doing all that.
Maybe you could send us a link to the video and we will watch
there is a
it.
link. If you open up the slide, you get all the links. But I don't understand why. Okay. Okay, now maybe I get here. Yes, I was opening a different one. Now, can you see?
Yeah, we see YouTube.
Okay, all right, I put it back. Okay.
The President of the United States seal on the nose. And here comes the President of the United States. There's no trouble at all spotting Mrs. Kennedy with a bright pink dress, a wool dress, pillbox type hat. Clear blue sky and a warm sun. Beautiful day now, just a beautiful day. Boy, this is something. The Prince is standing up high, getting a lot of shots of this. He's broken away from his plan and gone right up to the fence to shake hands with people. This is great for the people and makes the eggshells even thinner for the Secret Service, whose job it is to guard the man. And the motorcade begins to move out. The President and the First Lady sitting in the back seat. As we said, the top is down. They're not using the bubble, so it'll be an open limousine parade. Immediately following the presidential limousine, a car loaded with Secret Service men, and it's our understanding that the motorcade will be moving slowly enough so that everyone along the route will have a good look at the chief executive. Thousands will be on hand for that motorcade now, which will be downtown Dallas. The president and his wife and party are going to be visible all through Dallas. And here comes Jackie waving by. And Mr. Kennedy, radiant in that pink outfit. Bob Puffer is ready to come in from that point. What's happening down there, Robert? The scene is gay down here with red, white, and blue bunny hanging all over Main Street. Dallas Police Department working with a fully augmented force to dispel any fear that unfortunate incidents do not occur on this trip. President's car is now turning onto Elm Street, and it will be only a matter of minutes before he arrives at the Fremont.
And very often you'll find a zipper hidden in the arm.
All right, this is okay. Then now, if this guy is a speaker and he has to interrupt all the TV and a program to announce the assassination of Kennedy. So this is good. Okay, I want to behead it. Okay, yes. Now share stop screen. Okay, I want to get back to our Moodle because we're almost done. No, not this one. No, not this one. Stop sharing, sorry. Share screen. This one. Okay. Okay, now we will do early colonies. No, we do it later, and then we're done. Okay, encyclopedia. And then you have let's do an assignment for you. What do you see now? Unit 1 course introduction?
No.
No. Okay.
Nothing.
Yes. Unit 1 introduction. Okay, right. Here, if you scroll down here, what I do, I make, we still have to listen to Amanda Gorman. We have to do it. It's so good. You have here in class activity, okay? Here we have a quiz. The quiz for today is made up of 5 questions that you have to answer, okay? And then you answer the question and then you submit on Moodle, but not difficult. Here we have a class activity. I open it up for you. Now probably it's going to change. I have to do a new share screening. You can do it in your own, or you can follow. I can leave on your screen that. What do you see? Class activity? You need.
No.
No. Okay.
We see Moodle.
Okay. Okay. Now, yes.
Yes, we see.
Okay. So this is something that, well, if you were in class, you would have like a paper to write on it, to put the date, but it doesn't matter. Here is like you have, how many? I wanted to go down. 10, right? 10 questions, 10 sentences, and you have to complete the sentence with the words that you find it below, okay? With correct one. Yeah? So
yes.
Yes, so you can work independently. I give you a couple of maybe 3-5 minutes, yes, and then I'll get back to you. Okay.
Okay.
Let's make it 5 minutes. I'll get back in 5 minutes, and then we will write it together. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I'm back.
I'm sorry, we have to submit it in Moodle.
No.
Hello?
No. We will check it now together.
Thank you.
It's a class. So you get to two kind of assignment. One is a class activity. This is something that we do in class. We do it together during the lecture, and then you get like assignment at home, which could be also reading, and do the quizzes. Like for instance, for Unit 1, this year you have to answer to 4 or 5 questions in writing. So you can also write in a different document and then submit the document. You just have to like put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, next to the answer to the questions. Yes, are you ready to check it?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
right, it's not difficult. It's very childish, but somehow you will remember that. So this is I picked Jefferson City because it's like a place. Oh, where is it? You know, it's not one of the famous like cities in America. So, and in fact, is the capital of
Missouri.
Missouri. That is the middle of nowhere. It's like in the Great Plains. It's right in the middle of Midwest. It's called Midwest area. So we have Texas, and it confines with
Mexico, New Mexico, Arkansas, and Louisiana.
All right. Yes, it's very in the middle, right? In the middle of few. So it confined with Mexico, which is a different state, but New Mexico is America, right? Then we have Washington, D.C. So this is something that we know already. It stands for
District of Columbia.
Of Columbia. Very good. And the Liberty Bell is
In Philadelphia.
in Philadelphia, which is what state? What state is Philadelphia? Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, and it's south of New York. So from New York, you travel maybe 1 hour, 50 minutes, and there is a train also, and you go to Philadelphia. Philly, they call it Philly. There is a big university very important one. Then we get, so now George Washington, oh, no, we're still here, number 5.
The pledge.
The pledge.
The pledge. This is also, there's a pledge is a name, is a noun, and also it's a verb, to pledge. Okay, the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. While we get our George Washington, who was
The first
president.
okay, in 1789. Then we get this National Memorial Mount Rushmore. In which state is that? In
South Dakota.
South Dakota, yes?
Yeah.
South Dakota. Okay, now we get our president. Who is that?
Kennedy.
Kennedy. And what he was doing? He was traveling, yes? Can you go on?
With his wife.
Jacqueline. And the Texas governor, John Connally. I think John Connally, he was wounded. That was a miracle that the wife wasn't. But it was apparently it was shot with very precise rifle, and he was. We saw the president on this special motorcade, like open-top convertible car. Motorcade. Okay, so where did it happen? Where was
in Dallas?
In Dallas.
Dallas. Okay. While we have this another president who was shot, William McKinley, and he was shot by an anarchist. His name is
Leon.
I think he's Polish.
Yeah.
Called Zox.
Okay.
Called Zox. I don't know. Well, and where it happened where it was
in Buffalo?
in a fair, right? Yes, in a Buffalo, in New York. That is upstate in New York, in Buffalo, in a fair while it was shaking hands with other people. Okay, so there is only one president who was elected 4 times, and the president was
Franklin.
Delano Roosevelt. Very good, very good. So it's kind of like like fixing in your head few facts, few information, and it's kind of like a little game. Okay, all right. Now I don't want that anymore. I want to close it. Okay, now. What we have, I will write it down. Oh no, I need to share it again with you. Sorry. Share screen. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So here we get back to our here, general. I usually like draw a line here and I put the news. So here I will put like I made available the recording of the unit 1, okay, which I added into down in Moodle under unit 1. And then I will put like few notes regarding what if you have to do any extra assignment apart from the quiz, okay? That you have to put it on Moodle. Like for instance, this today, I will put that you have to do some readings. So you have to consider that everything is in here. Is on Moodle is part I consider done, okay? Even if we don't make it together, we don't read it together. Because for instance, today I rather do it, listen to the poem of the presidential ceremony by this young poetess. Her name is Amanda Gorman. and I like to watch the video with you, I comment it. So here, but you can get it here, Contemporary Poetry, Amanda Gorman, okay? And this is the link. But here, this is a reading, a short reading about the first settler of America. So here we'll read it in class. No, we don't read it in class. Read it at home. So I'm moving now. I will. Are you with me? No. What do you see? Updating file? No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is what this is. So now I'm explaining. I'm showing you. So a short reading about the first settler of America, and then you go down, you get like the document, and you open up. You click on it and you open up. And so I put it here to read, okay, at home. Okay, just for your knowledge. Okay, now what I have to do here, I have to go down. No. Save and display. Okay, so I made it change. I made it clear that we didn't read it together, but you have to read it at home. It's just a page, okay? So here is the class activity. We're done. So here we get quiz 1, answer the questions. And here is what I like to show you for the President Joe Biden's inauguration, and he speaks about the future of America. Now I probably have to stop sharing and sharing again, but we'll see. See if we get to the connection. What can you see?
About inauguration.
Reading the poem?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
That's good. Yeah. Okay, so did you see the ceremony?
Yes, but scrolling down.
Okay, here she is. It was a very freezing cold day. She was very elegant. She's very young. And here we get some, let's see if I can have, actually, I thought it was the link to her speaking, but it's not. Maybe I can click on it. Let's see. No. No, I cannot do it. I need to do some search now. I thought I had it. So I need to go into YouTube now, and I do some search here, and I say Amanda Gorman. Can you see me searching YouTube?
Yes.
Inauguration poem, maybe? Okay, yes, we have it here. Okay, yes, okay. So good. What I would like to do it, contemporary. Okay, here I got the test. Can you see? What can you see? Unit 1, contemporary poetry? No. You still with the YouTube, right?
No, we with Moodle.
Okay. All right, now Unit 1, yes, contemporary poetry, yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you for my assistant. All right, now, Let me have a look. How long is that? I would like to read it with you together and then listen to her. It's not too long. No, it doesn't represent any, well, it is a bit longer, but it's fine. It's fine. So would you like to, someone would like to read of it? Maybe I need 4, 5 candidates. Volunteer.
I can read.
Maybe more. Okay, so you know what? You read, you start, and then you read up to the point, you are not tired. Once you're tired, as I say, you stop it. Okay? Or maybe we can go through words that are not clear or concepts that are not clear. Yeah? Okay, so let's start.
So shall I start?
Yes.
All right. The Hill Will Climb by Amanda Gorman. When day comes, we ask ourselves where we can find light in this never-ending shade. The loss we carry is sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace. And the norms and notions of what just isn't always just ice. And yet the dawn is ours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. We the successors of a country and a time, were a skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother, can dream of becoming president, only to find herself sitting for one. Mm-hmm. And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine. But that doesn't pristine.
What does a pristine means?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this is good. It's just like we're here to learn, you know? So yeah. If I remember the first time I heard this word, I was looking for a flat to rent in New York, and in the description of the announcement, they're saying like in pristine condition. That's the first time I heard it. What is pristine? Okay, something pristine is like perfect, that goes beyond like perfection.
So something not spoiled.
Right, yes, mm-hmm. Like far from pristine. So it means that although we are in a good situation, we are not even close to perfection. Okay, so when she mentioned here a skinny black girl is autobiographical because it's her, right? That she actually is a black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother. So she just mentioned herself. Okay, so we stop here far from pristine. Okay, anyone?
Next? I can continue.
Yeah, continue, yes.
But that doesn't mean we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge a union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gazes not to what stands between us.
What is what that stands... lift our gaze? What is a gaze? No, not just you.
It's like something is staring.
Okay, so if I gaze to you, my gaze to you.
So you're like staring at me.
You're like staring at, yeah, that's good. Like a synonym. Yes. That's very good.
Not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to pull our future first. We must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this is true. That even us we grieved, we grew. That even us we hurt, we hope. That even us we tired, we tried. That will forever be tied together victorious.
Not because... So here is she actually saying, okay, so we have kind of like using even a bad experience, like to be hurt, to suffer, like a pain, also psychologically, but then from the pain, we must get the hope. Okay, when we are tired, if we get tired, we have to try harder, even if we are tired. So it is really deep. I love it. Yes.
Not because we will.
Let me hear someone else. Your accent is your English is very good, but it's also here just you know, it's a matter of practice as well.
Sure.
Okay. So you stop at victorious, yes? Not because. Who wants to go on?
I can read.
Yes.
Not because we will never again know defeat, but because we will never again sow division. Scripture tells us to envision that everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. If we were to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promise to glade the hill we climb, if only we dare. It's because being American is more than a pride win.
The hill we climb. Yes, it's only the hill we climb. Here we get like a more, she's making like a some similarity. And reading this poem, we can see actually like the fig tree, right? That is like a tree, yeah? And then with the wine, and then we see like the hill is more now trying to transmit us and to make our fantasy thinking about some picture, okay? Picture for that, to make more understandable the concept that she's saying, okay?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes, may I continue?
Yes, if only.
It's because being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it. We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it, would destroy our country if it meant delaying democracy. And this effort were nearly succeeded.
Okay, so this is something that she made reference to what happened to the event that happened in January the 6th, when this group of fans provoked by the former Donald Trump president were attacking the which is the symbol of American democracy, which is the Capitol Hill.
Yeah. But while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated. In this truth, in this faith, we trust. For while we have our eyes on the future, history has its eyes on us. This is the era of just redemption before its inception. We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying hour, but within it we found the power to author a new chapter. We offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So while once we asked, how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe? Now we assert, how could catastrophe possibly prevail over us?
Okay, so this is a point that she is making, because she is sharing with most of America the preoccupation and the anxiety that the facts of Capitol Hill provoked to each American, all right? But somehow she's good saying, okay, so we won't let the catastrophe or anything that bad can happen prevailing, getting over us, okay?
It's like stop us from...
Yes, because we are stronger, okay? It's not possible that the catastrophe will overcome us, okay? So they're saying it's a point of strength that she's making. Okay, sorry, I need to scroll it down. So, okay, so we were talking, how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe? Now we assert, now we make a statement. How could catastrophe possibly prevail over us? We are stronger than the catastrophe. Okay, go on.
We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be. A country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free. We will not be turned around or interrupted by intimidation, because we know our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation. Our blunders become their burdens. But one thing is certain, if we merge mercy with might and might with right, then love becomes our legacy and change our children's birthright.
That's
So
right.
let us,
Okay, so
yeah.
she is a kind of like a saying, look, we don't have to leave to the next generation the heritage of us being weak, okay? Of inaction, not saying anything, not doing anything, inertia, not doing anything, okay? So we will instead, so our problem, our flaws, our mistakes will become their burden, their weight of a new generation. So we don't want that to happen. Okay? Yes, go on.
So let us leave behind a country better than the one we were left with. Every breath from the bronze-pounded chest will raise this wounded world into a wondrous one. We will rise from the gold-limbed hills of the west. We will rise from the windswept northeast, where our forefather first released revolution. We will rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the mid-western states. We will rise from the sun-baked south. We'll
South.
rebuild, reconcile.
Okay, yes.
South, yeah.
Here in this bit, she's kind of like to briefly mention every corner of the country. So she's saying and describing it well, like the West, gold-limbed hills, because we get like wheat that is gold. Okay, from the agriculture. And then we get the rise from the windswept northeast, where we're talking about Massachusetts. Boston is very windy, and also Chicago is called like the wind city. And in that area, the northeast, where our fathers, the father of the father, first realized revolution, where the revolution against like the colonists, they started the independent revolution from Great Britain. Okay, and then we will rise from the lake rimmed means around, okay, cities of Midwestern states. Okay, yes, and then we rise from a sun-baked south, and it's really sunny and hot. Okay, yes, go on. We will rebuild.
I will rebuild, reconcile, and recover. And every known knock of our nation and every corner calls our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge, battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For this is always light, if only we were brave enough to see it, if only we were brave enough to be it.
To be. So this is encouragement to be brave, okay? Not to be behind the aggression, but be brave and not leave our mistake to the new generation. So the words are very good. She's a poet, but she has a very simple way to say things, and I think she has the power to go inside your heart and move it. This really, I like it very much. Okay, now, thank you very much. We finish it now. We have I wanted just to show you the video, and then we will meet, then with the video we finish off. We will meet the next Friday, 9:20, okay? I'll start my connection at 9 o'clock, but the actual class will start 9:20, and I usually dedicate the first 20-30 minutes for questions and for chatting and to get to know each other and to have some small talk. Okay, now I'm not sharing that. Now I need to show you the Amanda. I hope this is good. I was not prepared, but now share screen. Let's see, now you see, right? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Which one? Now I just have to pick one. I don't know which. Maybe the first one should be good.
Раніше все було зрозуміло. Хочеш працювати, йдеш в офіс. Хочеш вчитися, йдеш в школу. Словом, все було.
Okay.
Mr. President, Dr. Biden, Madam Vice President, Mr. Emhoff, Americans, and the world. When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace, and the norms and notions of what just isn't always just is. And yet the dawn is ours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. We, the successors of a country and a time where a skinny Black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one. And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge our union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first. We must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this is true. That even as we grieved, we grew, that even as we hurt, we hoped, that even as we tired, we tried, that we'll forever be tied together, victorious, not because we will never again know defeat, but because we will never again sow division. Scripture tells us to envision that everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promised glade, the hill we climb, if only we dare it, because being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it. We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it, would destroy our country if it meant delaying democracy. And this effort very nearly succeeded. But while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated. In this truth, in this faith we trust, for while we have our eyes on the future, history has its eyes on us. This is the era of just redemption. We feared it at its inception. We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying hour, but within it we found the power to author a new chapter, to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So while once we asked, how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe? Now we assert, how could catastrophe possibly prevail over us? We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free. We will not be turned around or interrupted by intimidation, because we know our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation. Our blunders become their burdens. But one thing is certain: if we merge mercy with might and might with right, then love becomes our legacy and change our children's birthright. So let us leave behind a country better than the one we were left. With every breath from my bronze-pounded chest, we will raise this wounded world into a wondrous one. We will rise from the gold-limbed hills of the west. We will rise from the wind-swept northeast, where our forefathers first realized revolution. We will rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the Midwestern states. We will rise from the sun-baked south. We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover in every known nook of our nation, in every corner called our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade of flame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.
All right. Okay, girls. Okay, guys.
Sometimes it's hard to put a moment like the one we as a country are in right now into words. But today, an extraordinary 22-year-old poet did just that. Amanda Gorman is her name. She recited a poem that she wrote for this day, The Hill We Climb. I spoke to her a few moments ago, but first, here's some of what she said today.
Where is that? I need to close
When day
it.
comes, we ask
Again.
ourselves, where
Oh
can
my
we
God.
find light in this
Okay.
never-ending
Okay.
shade? The loss we carry,
I
a
cannot
sea
stop
we must
it.
wade.
I don't know
We've
where is
braved
that.
the belly of the beast. We've learned that
Again,
quiet
all over.
isn't always peace. And the norms and
Trying to
notions of
close
what
everything I
just
got
is
open.
isn't always just is. And yet the dawn is ours before we knew it. Somehow
I need to
we do
say
it. Somehow we
bye to you.
weathered and witnessed
And
a nation
kind of like
that isn't broken,
don't know what to
but
do or to
simply
stop it.
unfinished. We,
I hope
the
my
successors of a
assistant gonna
country
be
and a
on
time
Friday
where a
again.
skinny black
Have
girl
a nice day.
descended from
Thank
slaves
you. Eyes
and
closed.
raised by a single mother
Thank you.
can
The class
dream
is off.
of becoming
Yes, thank you for the
Bye.
lesson.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.